Hey guys, Matt here with Reptile Reptiles. Today I was just going to take you around the reptile room, show you some of the equipment I use to help make everything easier and more functional in the room. As well, we also have some baby leopard geckos that have been hatched, so I'm going to show those off. And just hopefully today I can help answer any questions anyone has. Alright, let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to show you is what I actually use to keep my room heated. When I first got into this, the first year or so, I actually just ran off the room temperature. It would get kind of cold, so it worried me because you can get, respiratory infections, all other stuff that's not, good for your animals. So I actually talked to my buddy Riley Jemison over at Riley's Reptiles. I'm sure a lot of you know him. He's a freaking awesome dude. But this is what he uses. So I went ahead and got it, and I've loved it. Let me flip around here, and I'll show you what it is. So it's a Inkbird C929 thermostat. Basically, it hooks to your wall outlet, and then it has over there on the right, the cord coming from the right up here, that's the probe. So you hook it into there, and the probe keeps the temperature of the room. And then you can actually hook a heater right here. It's my ceramic heater. You can hook it into there, and it has an app you download. And you control it all from that. It's awesome. I love it. You can see what your temperatures are throughout the day in the room, and then you can set what temperatures you want. The different levels you want. If you want it, like I keep mine around 80, so I got the high. I don't want to get any higher than 82, no lower than 78, I think. So it just fluctuates through there. And just kicks the heater on whenever it needs and kicks it off, and it's been great. It hasn't rang up the electric bill, so that's also a positive. And then the heater I run on it, it's a ceramic heater. I just got it off Amazon. Had the best reviews. It's a tiny one. It's like got a sound quiet system in it. It's supposed to help it be quiet, but it's I've had it for a couple months now, and it's working well. I'll go ahead and show you the box of it if you're interested in what brand it is. So that's it. It's just a Bright Town ceramic heater. Like I said, you can get this off Amazon, as well as the Inkbirds thermostats. You can get them off Amazon as well. The Inkbirds, I believe they were originally made for like fish tanks and stuff, but they work well for this. Like I said, it's got a graph, and it shows you temperatures throughout the day. I think 15 or 30-minute intervals, so you know what temperature your room is, and you can go back and look and keep all that data recorded if you want to. So that's the first thing. That's just how I keep the room heated. Alright guys, the next thing I want to show you is one of the most important things for me personally, and that's the incubator. I know a lot of people like to buy old coolers and stuff and turn those into incubators, and that works well for them. Personally for me, I just saved up, and I wanted to get, what in my opinion is the best on the market, and that's the Sea Serpent hot boxes. And I have not been disappointed at all. This thing's amazing. Everything I've hatched in it, came out great, and it works really great. So let me go ahead and flip over and show you that. So here it is. It's the smallest one they sell. Like I said, it's a Sea Serpent's hot box. You can see I've actually got some leopard gecko eggs in there, as well as the ball python clutch. The nice thing about these is, one of the nice things is it's got this little light switch right here. You just flip on. You can see everything in there. Awesome, right? I love this thing. It just has a probe that comes through the back right there, and you just set it in there, and it keeps temperature well. Like I said, it's worked perfect. I've never had any issues with this. I've used it for over 2 years now. Hatched probably, 20 plus leopard geckos, and now I'm working on my first ball python clutch, and the eggs are looking great through almost a month now. And when you buy these, they come with a Vivarium Electronics VE200 thermostat with it. I do in my snake room and on my racks and on the incubators, I use the Vivarium on this, and then on my ball python rack I actually use a Freedom Breeder thermostat, and then I also have the Herpstats. I think all three of them work great, and you can't go wrong with any of the thermostats that's out on the market. And of course, as any breeder knows, your incubator is not complete without all the stickers on it. So I definitely can use some more. If you guys want to send some my way, I'll send you guys some. But yeah, that's the incubator. Like I said, it's a Sea Serpent's hot box, and it works great. All right. And the next thing is, I've showed it off before, but this is the leopard gecko rack that me and my dad made when I first got into this. It's not the prettiest thing, and it's made out of wood, so it's heavy as hell, honestly, but I've had it for a while now. It works well. I like how we made this top little shelf. I can store all my stuff. I've got all the different little containers and hides I use for the geckos, you know, some of the bowls I use to feed, all the sprayers, the Herpstat, thermostat. But let me show you a little bit. So this is it. These are up top are the babies. I keep them in 6-quart sterilites. You can see behind right here, this is Flex White heat tape. I wired all this myself. It's all snaked through on each level and runs on the one Herpstat, and it's worked perfect. But these are the babies. I do have some eggs right here that I'm incubating here to be female. And if you know leopard geckos, you can determine their sex by what temperature you incubate them at. You know, 79 to 82, you get females. The middle 80s, it's a mix, and then the higher 80s to 90, you get males. So in the incubator, I got my males in there because they incubate about the same temperature as ball python eggs do. And then right here, this is just a clutch. I'm trying to get some females. And I looked earlier, and we actually had a baby hatch, so you can see he's not too happy. They're always screaming when they're first hatched and scared. I mean, they're tiny. They probably think I'm trying to eat them, but... So there's that one. I'll have to get him set up later. But then you can see the next rows. These are all, I think they're 41-quart sterilites, 40-quart sterilites, something like that. But there's what I keep my males in. And you can see the heat tape back there, just the same. And this is what I keep their bigger ones in. I just use these vivarium hide boxes, and then I have just a little Tupperware, or in this case, Chinese takeout. And I use sphagnum moss, or I use cocoa earth. Just kind of depending on what I have or what I feel like as my humidity box, so they can shed in and chill out. But yeah, that's the rack I use for them. Now I'm going to show you with the leopard geckos. You got to supplement them with calcium, and I also supplement vitamins to help them out. So I'm going to go ahead and show those off and show what I use. So for the calcium, this is what I use. It's Osteoform SA. You can get it off Amazon. That comes in a couple of different sizes, and this stuff will last you a long time. So this is it. If you need to get any, like I said, Amazon works great. And then and I also, a lot of people don't do this, but I do it. This is the calcium supplement I use. It's Vionate, and it's for just like dogs and cat stuff, and you can use it for your leopard gecko as well. And it can be found on Amazon, and they have multiple sizes. This is like the biggest, and this will last you a long time if you've only got a few geckos. So you can probably buy one of the small ones. But what I do is I take 2 parts of the Osteo to 1 part of the Vionate, mix them together, and then I just keep them in this little container. And whenever I feed, I just dust the crickets or the superworms, give them a good dusting. Feed, and also in their feed bowls, I'll leave some of it in there because they'll actually lick it up. So I think that's most of it for the leopard geckos. If you do notice, I don't keep a water bowl with leopard geckos. I found they don't drink out of them. They actually, when I spray and mist, is when they go and lick and drink all of that. So I don't think a water bowl is necessary. Some people do, but I've never had an issue with that. Just a side note. All right, next up is my adult ball python rack that I have. Right now, I don't have a large collection of ball pythons. I got 7 adults. I do have babies coming, so that's going to be growing. But for now, I use a Sea Serpent's V70 rack. It holds 10. Same company that makes the incubators. Sea Serpent just makes some amazing quality stuff. Like, if you're needing a rack or you're needing an incubator, and you're wanting them made, I'd go to Sea Serpents. A lot of the other companies have a long wait time, build time, but they seem to get their stuff out quick. This all came assembled as one. You pick it up at the freight, the FedEx freight, and it came in one piece, great. They use the Flex Swat heat tape as well. It just snakes down, hooks up to the thermostat. It's a Freedom Breeder. Like I said, I use all three. I have 3 different thermostats I use: Freedom Breeder, Vivarium, and the Herpstats. They all work great. Don't have a preference. But these are them. Let's pop open one of these. Oh, got some dirty water now to change out. But I use, for the bedding, I've went back and forth. I've used paper towels. I've used cocoa earth. I've tried a lot of different stuff. What I'm using right now is a lot of people know Reptile chip. I like it a lot. I haven't used the cocoa blocks from Freedom Breeder or some of the other coconut blocks that are out there, but yeah, this is Reptile chip, and like I said, it breaks down really well, and I enjoy it. I think it works well. I might get some cocoa blocks to give them a try though. But this is just my leopard clown male chilling out, looking good. But yeah, this is the snake rack I use for the ball pythons. All right, and this right here, this is just like a rack I bought, I believe at Walmart, maybe Sam's Club, whatever. But it's just like a little wood rack, and I bought some Flex Swat and taped it all, heated it with the Flex Swat, and wired it myself. Right now, it doesn't have anything on in it, and it's not turned on. The thermostat's still taped down, but this is like for when I run out of room on the leopard gecko rack. Like once these babies start hatching and growing, I'll have to move them over here. And this works really well. But I just want to show this off, that you don't always have to buy all the fancy stuff. You can make stuff yourself, and it will work, and I have had no issues with this. And then sitting on top of it here, I got the big 40-gallon breeder that used to house my bearded dragon. I haven't had him for a couple years. He was like 10 years old and passed away, survived a tornado. But I'm actually, in a couple weeks, once I can get some cork bark in, I'm going to scape this out, make a custom background, and order a bunch of plants and stuff, and I'm going to try to turn it into a little dart frog vivarium, so it'll be pretty awesome, and I will shoot that show, making all that. But right now, it's just holding a bunch of stuff. Alright guys, so, that's most of the stuff I use in here. I do have a baby ball python rack I used. It was a tall grass reptiles. They went out of business with the pandemic. It's crushing a lot of the small businesses, and unfortunately they went under. But I do have, it's a hatchling rack of that. I believe it holds 7 or 10. I haven't got that out yet. It's over here in the closet, put away, but I will be getting that out soon and getting it all up and running, because hopefully at the beginning of July we'll have some baby ball pythons. Have to get that taken care of. So I have that, but I don't want to pull it out and show you guys. You'll see it eventually, I'm sure, once we have some babies. But like I said, that's most I've got, most of the stuff I have in here. But now I'm just going to show you some of the animals, show you some of the babies that have hatched, and also we haven't taken a look at the ball python eggs for a couple weeks now, so we'll take a look at them and see how they're developing. Alright, so I just took the ball python eggs out of the incubator. We got a little bit of condensation building up, which is good, but we also don't want them to drop on the eggs, so I'm actually going to change out this cling wrap. And I also got the flashlight, so we'll take a look and see how the development are on these. Cling wrap off. Alright, as you can see, they all still look great. Looking nice and plump. Let's see how the development's looking. Yeah, they all still look great. If you remember from the original video when I first pulled them and candled them, the veins were there, but they've the veins have definitely developed more now, and you can kind of see it's getting darker in there, and there's just definitely development. So that's awesome. But I'm gonna go ahead and get me another piece of cling wrap here, put it on top, and get these eggs put away so they're not sitting out too long. Alright guys, this is the one that earlier in the video I showed you that had hatched overnight, and I just found this morning, just chilling on top of its clutch mate's egg there. That the other egg should be hatching today or tomorrow, but this is just a nice tangerine Trimper albino baby leopard gecko that just hatched. So I'll get that set up later today. Hopefully its clutch mate hatches. They're temperature 6 females, so hopefully we'll be adding those to the lineup. Alright, and this is actually one that hatched out yesterday. It's a little apter, so I didn't hit the eclipse on it, but it is het for the eclipse gene. I might have hit, I haven't been able to tell you, look, I might have hit the eclipse on that one, but like I said, this is the baby that hatched yesterday. They're just too freaking cute when they're all small like that, and I love the albinos, makes them all pink looking. Alright guys, I got the eggs all put up now. They're back in the incubator, looking great. Like I said, the first week or two of July, they should be hatching, so can't wait to show you guys that. It's going to be awesome. First clutch here at Riot Town Reptiles. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit different. Hopefully it didn't bore you too much, but I hope it answered any questions you guys might have, or if you have any questions, feel free to message me. And yeah, like I said, we got leopard geckos hatching. There's still some breeding, laying. I've got a banana het clown female that I'm hoping is going to lay some clutch. She just had her shed, so at the end of this month, hopefully we'll get some eggs from her. That's the clutch I'm really hoping for this year, is to get some banana clowns. Yeah, like I said, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Like I said, feedback's always appreciated. All right, have a great day.